All right, so we're going to be doing a gizmo, but we're going to do it specifically on land breezes and sea breezes. Okay, so we're going to be doing the coastal winds and clouds lab. Okay, so you guys are all in it at this point. All right, you're logged into the gizmo. I'll give you guys another second to do that. Okay. I just want to see something, if I can do it for you guys. So here's a little preview of what you guys are going to be learning.
Hi,
my
name is Tia Brown, and I will be your Gizmos guru for today. Let's talk gizmos. Do you ever wonder why it's so windy at the beach? Well, let's find out the Coastal Winds and Clouds gizmo, where you can learn how to predict convection currents from data like temperature and wind speed. In the gizmo, press play to see a sailboat and clouds move throughout the day. Let's take a look for a minute and make some observations about the weather and wind direction. We can observe the boat and note when it moves toward the land and when it turns and moves toward the sea. There's a clock you can use to record the time of your observations. And if you want to start the day over, you just click reset here. Use the weather instruments in the bottom left corner to add to your observations. I'll select the weather probe and click play. By selecting the probe, you can move it to different locations. Notice that here, the speed is 1.6 miles per hour, the temperature is 34.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and the altitude is 7,516 feet. And when we move the probe, the measurements will change based on what location you put it at. It will gather data at all these different points, and we can use that data to determine how air temperature will affect wind speed and direction. Now, let's reset the gizmo and select Drifting Balloon. By observing the balloon, we can determine patterns of airflow or convection currents that cause the balloon to float in different directions. And by combining that information with the data collected by the weather probe, we can also start to see patterns of weather. Every gizmo has a set of lesson materials to help you plan your lesson.
Okay, you don't need to know that part. I just wanted you to see a little bit of that. Okay, so let's see what you are doing today. First thing I want you guys to do is I want you to do the first couple of questions. I remember I uploaded for you guys the Word part and the PDF version. I don't care which one you do. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to answer the first two questions.
The most amazing daily vacation.
All right, so at this point, you should have at least the first 2 questions done, yes? Good. All right, so let's do the warm-up together. All right, we haven't really done the difference between a land breeze and a sea breeze yet, but it's just the same thing as doing the difference between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. The word in front is going to tell you which way the breeze is coming from. Okay, so if it's a sea breeze, it means that the breeze is coming from the sea. Okay, so it says, have you ever taken a walk along an ocean beach and noticed a refreshing breeze blowing from the water? The cause of this breeze, called a sea breeze, is related to the reason that a hot air balloon is able to fly high in the sky. The coastal winds and clouds gizmo allows you to explore how daily temperature variations are related to sea breezes and other weather phenomena. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look by clicking play for 24 hours. When the sailboat starts moving towards the shore, we are going to click pause. So now, right? So you're going to write what time it is, okay? And then we're going to keep clicking play again when the sailboat starts to move out to the sea again. And then that's going to be the land breeze. So a land breeze is when it comes from the land. A sea breeze is when the breeze comes from the shore, from the sea. Okay, so you're going to do that, and then you're going to click play and observe the clouds for a day, and what do you notice? So we're going to click reset when we get to the first activity. All right, we're going to turn on the weather probe. Right, you are going to answer the questions that they think about. It's kind of like your predictions, and you got to explain why. So now that the time is at 6 a.m., you're going to drag the weather probe so that it is on the ocean surface, which would be down here, right? And you want the altitude to be 0. All right. You're going to record the air temperature as is right now, which is down here, and you're going to put that at 6 a.m., right? And then you're going to click play, and you're going to follow what it says here. And you're going to calculate by answering these questions. I don't know why there's a blank page there. You're going to analyze, summarize, so on and so forth. Then for activity number 2, you're going to turn on the drifting balloon. Okay? You're going to click play for 48 hours. And then anytime that the balloon changes direction, you're going to hit pause and write down what you see. Okay? And then you're going to analyze, you're going to follow the directions here. Okay? You're going to take your selfie picture with the gizmo. I don't care if it's the beginning when it's completely fine. You could do it with the balloon if you like. You can do it whichever part you want. If you want it to just be like this, you can take your selfie with that. That is fine as well. Okay? Any questions on what you are doing today? All right, get started.